Alright. Lights, camera, action. Sunday, 15/25, 12 seconds, year 2023. 8th month, August 20th day. And there's the piano bob. That's the next note I hear. Boom, boom, boom. So that's a 4 to a 1. That's a 4 to a 1. This is far interval. The black key on the left, and then on the next octave up is a black key on the right at the same time. Going in each black key toward the center. So black key left, black key right for the two black keys. Far left, the far right, which is C sharp and D sharp at the same time, which is a major second interval. And then going with the pentatonic scale, all the black keys folding in on each other. It sounds like the Japanese, China, the Asian pentatonic. Now, if I just use that same interval and go all the black keys succession one after the other and down all over, it still sounds Asian. It would be like this. So I'm wondering what the relationship interval is right there with a octave to octave is an eighth, and then that would be the two left blacks, C sharp, an octave apart, the low C, high C, and then one more would be a minor second. And then a major second. So that's what it is. It's a major second, except that would be a ninth. Going from octave to octave is an eighth. One more full step is a ninth. Well, actually, that would be here. It would be right here. Oh, wait, yeah. Yeah, that is the ninth right there. And then going down. Going down is something different. Going down is something different. Instead of the ninth going up, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 12 going down, which I'd have to look at the chart, what 12 going down is. Got the charts at home. any of these black keys or any of the pentatonics, no matter how they're played in what order, they always sound like the Asian pentatonic music. So I can play 2 black keys in a row, the set of 2 black keys, playing at the same time, and then the next 2, which would be the right side black key and the far left for the set of 3 black keys. And then starting on the far left for the set of 2 black keys, once again, which is the C sharp, skip a black key and play the next black key, which is this. And that would be the far black key on the left for the set of 3. It says 3 black keys and the set of 2 black keys. And it follows all the way on the piano like that. See, here's the set of 2. There's the set of 3. Set of 2, set of 3. So I play these 2 here. Play these 2. Now instead of these ones, I skip one, play those 2. It still sounds like Asian pentatonic music. Then I go to 4. That'd be 2 black keys in the middle. And just go all the way up. It's still the same. And then if I skip 3 in the middle, still sounds Asian. I can skip all the way to the octaves, and then that would be the octaves, 2 and 2. These ones right there, the far left on the set of black keys, the 2 sets of black keys. So if I was to skip the octaves and go the set of 2 black keys, play the one on the left and then the one on the right. So that's the interval there. And then follow the next 2. It'd be the far right black key and the far left on the set of 3s. Go to the next 2. And then I could even go further. I could play this one and that one. It's a bit hard to see though from here, so. And I can go totally as far as it'll go. And I can stretch it all the way to the last set of 3 black keys over here, and then the far left, the 2 black keys. It all still sounds Asian. So if I wanted to just go back to American music, And then a change up, go Chinese. Now the most sounding, Asian sounding for all the black keys is when I just play one, skip one, and play the next. Which is actually play one, and the best place to start is on the black keys right here. Just play them together, the far left and the far right. And then put the pinky there and then to the next one. And it's the set of twos. But yet I'm in the middle for the set of threes. But, since how, this particular space relationship has in the middle 3 notes. These 3 notes in the middle. So, if I wanted to just play all white keys and have it sound like Asian music, then I would play there and skip 3 notes in the middle. 1, 2, 3. So it would be like that. 3 notes in the middle. And then next would be so I'd have to memorize all the spaces. It always starts off on this one and that one. And then it's that one and that one. And then it's this one, skip 3, and this one. So that one, 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 and, or actually, that one. Wait, now it would be, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 be this. There it is. And then next would be, and then next would be, and then next would be, and then next would be. But I'd have to memorize that. I would have to memorize that. That's why it's just easier just for now just to use all the black keys. And then American music is just, this is the chord progression and the C key. And the C key is all the white keys. And this is the C key, this is the C note right here. Otherwise, I just call it 1. That's 1. The next white note's 2. Third white note's 3. Fourth is 4. Next one's 5, 6, 7. And then it starts again on 1. And 1 is always the white key just on the left of these two group of 2s right here. The two group of 2s. That's how I memorize it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So I always tell the self, I say, okay, there's home base for the number 1. In between the two blacks is always 2. On the right side for the right side black key is 3. And then the next are the 3 black keys. So I know that this one's always 4. And the one in between these 2 black keys for the set of 3 is 5. The one in between these 2 black keys on the set of 3 here is 6. And then the one on the side of this far right black key is 7. And then it starts off again. And then each note is arpeggiated, which is play 1, skip a white key, play another white key, skip a white key, play another white key, and then go to the next set of 2 blacks and 3 blacks. Because over here, here's a set of 2 blacks on the left, those ones here, and then a set of 3 blacks on the right. And always this is 1, skip a white key, play 1, skip a white key, play 1. So that's the number 1 chord. This is American music. Or if I was to play them all 3 at the same time. Whereas in Asian music, a chord is just 2 notes. In Western music, a chord is 3 notes, easily seen on the white keys. Now, in American music, I can play these here, to play the chords, play the notes one at a time. And then with the other hand, I can whoops, here. There it is, because there's the set of black keys, the 2 set of black keys, and there's the 3 set of black keys. So the first one is the 1 chord. Play each note one at a time. Now it's called an arpeggio. Now, in order to get more music and expand the musical experience, I can go over here to the next set, which is called, moving up an octave. And then the next set would be here. can have happen is I can play these play these over here and have the other hand get ready to play the second set. So here would be the first set for Western music. And I can play the second set. I can, at the same time that I start with the left hand over here, I can just hold the pedals down with the foot pedals so that everything sustains, so that when I hit them, they just automatically stay playing. It's called sustain. So as I play the arpeggio with the left hand, I can actually start bouncing back and forth between the arpeggios on the right hand, like this. Keep going. And if I miss any notes, it still flows. That's a 7. Then when I want to change the song, add a change to the song, I can go to one of the other 7 notes. Like this. Here's the 1 chord again. So I shall go to the 4 chord, which is this one, because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and so I'll hold the pinky on that one and play the 3 arpeggio notes for the 4. Back to the 1. And like I was saying, I can play around with the notes with the right hand, which would be called the melody hand, or the free-flowing hand, the one that gets to go wherever it wants. Whereas the left hand, it's tied down to this one spot until it wants to change to a different spot. So it would be like this. Then when this hand wants to change, for a change in the music, it's easy just to go one note at a time with the melody hand. And then if I lose spot and I feel like I have to maintain the same pace, I really don't have to maintain the same pace. I can just sit here and enjoy a rest and have as much time as I want, or as much space in between the chords to start back on the one again. For Western music. Now, Asian music, the same idea. The right hand is playing all the black notes any way I want. And with the left hand, I'm going back and forth between two chords. I'm just going this one and that one. And then with the other hand, I'm just playing those any way I want so that it sounds like this. And then go back to Western music. I'm going to add a third chord. I went between the 4 and the 5 and the 4 and the 5, and then ended on the 1. And it sounds like music. Now, if I was to go to the Asian chords and play 3 different chords, 3 different, with the left hand, and then play any black key any way I want with the right hand, then it would sound like this. And then a third one. And then back to the first one. And back to Western music. To the 5. Actually, I was going to the 6. This is the 5. Back to the 1. 6. 4. 5. 1. 6. 4. 5. Now, if I want to just stay here and just hold this 5. I can anticipate the 1 coming because I've played this from the 5 to the 1 multiple times through the years, multiple times. I can already anticipate what's coming. I can anticipate what the sounds that are going to be coming out. There it is. Is always a wonderful note to end any song on because whenever an audience hears that note, they and it's held and it's just the last note played for a long time, It's an automatic hypnotic response in all humans. They start clapping. Because they're programmed to clap every time that one note is played at the end of a song, especially if it's just held and then there's silence in between. There's a lot of silence. It happens automatically because the brain has been pre-programmed to clap every time. Every time. It happens every time. Unless you got some of those people that know what's going on, and they know what's going on, or they just might not be in the mood to clap. So there's those people that are just not in the mood to clap. I mean, you got those that know what's going on and they don't clap on purpose because they're not going to be controlled. And then there's all kinds of other variations in between. So. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, the 2 chord, the 3 chord, the 4 chord, and then the 1 chord. Automatically. Happens every time. And then there's things called modal changes to change the mode. And that's all parts of music theory. And music theory is the same as banking. Except in banking, they call everything financial instruments, dealing with money. But the same universal laws or the same legal things happen. These are musical instruments. Which I call law. It's not pure law, but this is more lawful than legal. Law is different from legal. In the legal world, instruments have to do with money and bills and dues and fines and do what I tell you to do or else. That's all legalism. Or else what? There's going to come punishment. But, if I wanted to apply legalism to music, which is what's taught at all the universities, it's all legalism. For the most part, they don't teach anything that's law. And for the most part, they don't want to have anything to do with law. Because law is totally different than going around telling other people what to do, and if they don't, I'm going to punish you. Law allows everyone to bring whatever they want to bring. That's lawful. And that's a different way to learn. It's just a different way to learn, that's all. It's not the only way to learn. It's just a different way to learn. That's a 1 and then a 4. Now I'm playing with the right hand, I'm playing the chord now. And now the left hand is the melody. But when I speak on the difference between legal and law, just like everyone claps on the one note when they're in the audience, or they hear the end of a song, they automatically clap. Well, in the formal legal amphitheaters, these are the rich and the ritzy class. Usually at the lower poor levels, everyone goes to what's called a rock and roll concert or a regular concert. They don't necessarily clap at the end of a song, but they yell and scream, yeah! Or flick their bics, or raise their smartphones, or raise their girlfriends on their shoulders and she shows their tits and all that stuff. So the one is being played, or the arpeggio is being played with the right hand in it now. And the left hand is the melody. In other words, the right hand is in a box, which is also called legalism, to be in a box. That's what jails are for. And that's what do what I tell you to do is for. It's called being in a box. Can't move anywhere. Constrained to one thing only, and that's it. And if there's any deviation from that one thing, then punishment comes. See, but most people don't know this because they've been programmed to think this way without a conscience of what's really going on. Just like people that clap at the end of a song, they're programmed to always clap at the end of a song. But they're really not conscious to what's really going on. So now the left hand is being lawful and the right hand is being legal. It's stuck playing one chord and one chord only. As a picture. Just as a picture. But I know how to unstick it with consciousness, and I can pull the stuck cordial hand, the court hand. I can pull the stuck court hand out of the prison, and give it some freedom to move around. I'm conscious of how to bring this stuff into existence. But if I was stuck in legalism, then I wouldn't know how to move this hand around at all. And the only hand that would be free is this left hand, because it gets to go wherever it wants. Now the left hand that wants to go wherever it wants while the right hand is stuck in legalism, it might not feel the full force of freedom yet, and it might have a hard time moving around. It might fumble around because it's not used to being free to do whatever it wants or to bring whatever it wants. So just like I'm proficient with the right hand, the left hand is not as proficient as the right hand is as far as moving around and being free. That's what I would call the left hand is limited. That's what legalism, everything in legalism is based on being limited. Limited Liability Corporation, LLC, contractors, subcontractors. It's all limited. Unless they go to the next level, which is called an S Corp. It's a little more sharing in there. Otherwise, it's just LLC, everything's limited. So, as the legal right hand is just playing in the box, as an example, this is just an example. left hand is free to move wherever it wants. And it still flows with the music. The music still flows, no matter where it goes. It still mixes wonderfully. Now, if I was to have the left hand be the legal hand and be stuck in the legal box and just play this one chord, knowing that it is the more limited hand, because I am more proficient with the right hand as far as bringing freedom on the piano, lawful freedom, with the limited legal left hand. And this one moves around with much more freedom and much more pleasantry. There's much more pleasantness to the melodic intervals, like this. While at the same time, the legal hand, which, or the left hand, that I'm not very good at with the left hand, but I'm using this as an example, it represents legalism. It's having a very hard time keeping the quartz, that's the crystal, the quartz crystal going, the energy, the quartz energy. This is all universal energy. The chord, whether it's spelled musical chord or a legal court downtown in the county, or quartz as in crystals, and all the other different synonyms and antonyms that go along with these things. But, legally speaking, I ain't very good with the left hand. It needs more training, and I train all the time, more and more with the left hand, hoping that it gets as proficient as the right hand is, so to speak. But like I said, for this example, I'm being conscious that the left hand represents LLC, limited liability, contractor, subcontractor, or a legal general contractor. It's having a hard time because it's in a box, a legal box. It was really having a hard time because I was playing more notes. I was playing 4 notes. I was bringing 4 things happening at one time. If I was a general contractor and I got 4 projects going at the same time, sometimes I'm not proficient at 4 projects at the same time. Sometimes I might want to just stick to 3. And the left hand is more proficient at sticking with 3 projects at a time, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now that frees up the right hand to bring some more law and more pleasantry, more flavor into the song, because it gets to move around wherever it wants to go. But it's all connected together with the body. There's the right hand and then there's the left hand. And I'm just using this as an example, that's all. So as I'm going to be playing it right now, this hand's, there'll be the difference shall be quite apparent as far as, being more proficient with the moving around pleasantry in the song, like this. changing to the 4. Now, if I was to play the right hand between the 1 and the 4 chord, and representing legalism, the legal side, in the box, limited, and then, but this is the good hand. This is the hand that I'm more proficient at, the right hand. But I'm using this as an example now. Although it is the more lawful hand, it can play the legal part though. It can pretend that it's in a box. And then this hand is going to be free to move around. But since how I'm not, the left hand is not as free as the right hand is, because I can throw footballs and baseballs and work all kinds of tools and instruments, more so with the right hand than with the left hand. So even though it's representing the free side now, to be able to play the melodies with the chord, a melody while the chord or the chord or the quartz, the crystal, the crystal is playing, you know, it's not as proficient as when the right hand plays the melody all around, because it throws the football, the baseball, runs the saw and the drills and all the instruments, the guitars and everything, much more proficient with the right hand than the left hand. So what I'm showing here is the difference, that both hands can represent legal and lawful, both hands. But if both hands are not trained to be ambidextrous, like for instance, a tiger or a tigress. A tiger, you know, a lot of cats are ambidextrous. Both hands are proficient, very proficient. But most humans are one-sided. They're usually, most humans are right-handed. The left-handed humans, there aren't as many as there are right-handed humans. And so that right there tells me that there's an imbalance in the human system. That right there is very obvious to me. Now, if more humans were both equal in power with the left and the right hand, then that would automatically tell me that there's a lot of balance in the human system, within the humans. You know, as far as I'm concerned. And that's just a story that I share, though. But anyway, I'm going to show the example that the left hand, although it is the limited hand, I'm going to give it the freedom and the space to run around the keys all at once. While the right hand, which is the more proficient hand, it's going to play a part. It's going to act now like in a Hollywood movie. It's going to act legal. But it's really more lawful, but it knows how to act legal. So here I am. It's going to play. It's a lot slower. Which is natural, because it's not as trained as the right hand is. So it's just a natural it's just a natural law in all actuality. Just needs more training. Now I'm going to go to the 4 with the right hand. But also at the same time, sometimes going slower is a very valuable thing in the moment. The melody in the left hand. Then the singing starts coming in over the top, the chord and the melody. And so now there's actually two melodies playing while the legal hand is staying in a box until it wants to, get out of prison or get out of jail. That's up to the hand. I suppose the hand could be forced out of jail if it wants. But if the hand isn't ready to get out of jail and it's forced in jail, it might not be the best move. It might be more harmful for the hand to be pushed out of jail, and it probably might feel more comfortable being in jail, being limited, being legal. So. That's why it's not a good thing to force. That's why I see that's why I don't force anything on anyone, because I know what's going on. And that's why I don't tell no one what to do. Because I know what's going on. Now I shall share some things with someone. So that it's just there to listen to and to contemplate. Or just because I feel like saying something. Sometimes I just feel like sharing things. Look at this. I'm adding to the melody. Now I could play the same thing, same melody, and move this prisoner to a different prison, like this, from the 1 prison to the number 4 prison, and play the same melody with the left hand. Now, if I play the same thing with the left hand, go back here. wants to move around. It really doesn't want to be confined to that one thing. See, the right hand is more proficient at moving around, and the left hand is more conditioned more so just to play limited things. But it does have the capacity to move around. The one note again, and everybody, you know, if there's silence after that note, usually the automatic program starts to clap. For the ritzy concerts, they always clap, but at the concerts for the poor folk, they usually yell and scream, "Ah!" Flick their bics or whatever. That's the difference between the rich class and the poor class as far as being an audience member and having a reaction with the pre-programmed musical reaction. Anyway, so that's an hour for that video. The hands are cramping up.